I'm Billy Rocket.
And I'm Dorothy Ann Matthews.
And today we are filming our basic eye makeup for competition tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is prime our eyes. And what this is going to do is it's going to give your eyeshadow a really great base. It's going to make sure that it stays all day, and it's going to make those pigments really pop. Alright, so now we're going to lay down our base color. So this is going to be the brightest color that you want. It's going to be all over on your eyelid. So really, for a pinup look, we really want to have a light color that's going to bring our eyes out. So Miss Dorothy Ann is going to use a white, and I am going to use a similar shade from this palette, this white, and it is called Moon Mist. And if you don't have one of these, I would totally recommend getting one. It's just this little tin that has a sponge in it, and if you run your eyeshadow brush against it, it pulls all of the extra powder and pigment out, so it's really good for like quick changes if you're going to use the same brush for things. Okay, so next we're going to use our darker color. So the darker color is going to go in the crease and then the outer V of your eyelid. This color can be something that complements your eyes. It can be something that complements your outfit. You can really kind of do whatever you want with this. You can have a lot of fun with it. So I always like to start with this outer V right here and work the pigment in, and then I go up into the crease once I get the pigment that I want. So now that we're there, I like to just clean my brush off all the way of all the pigment, and then I'll go through and I'm going to blend it a little bit so that it just kind of fades evenly up into the crease. Okay, and so now we're going to take, for a little added drama, we're going to take our original color and we're just going to swipe over the inner half of the eye just to really make that pop. So when you're doing the darker pigment, you might get a little bit of shadow fallout underneath your eyes. You want to make sure that you clean that up. And then this is just going to make sure that any of that fallout that happened on the inner corner of your eye is really going to go away and pop out that white. So now we're going to move on to eyeliner. I find that the eyeliner pencils or the eyeliner pins, they work the best for me. It's really what you're comfortable with. Liquid liner is going to pop more than a pencil liner. Gel liner is going to stay, so it's really a preference thing. The one that I use is Epic Ink Liner from NYX.
Elf.
Yep.
Liquid on a brush.
So they really, if you look, have similar tips to them. So what we're going to do is we're going to move and we're going to do eyeliner from the inner corner, and we're going to stop just before the edge. And I'm going to tell you why once we get there. So we're going to do both of our eyes right now that way, and then I'll show you the trick for doing your wing.
Now, is pinup style usually a thinner eyeliner or a thicker eyeliner, or is it just personal preference?
It is a personal preference, actually. So when I'm doing pinup for just swing dancing, I tend to go a very thin line. When I'm doing pinup for competition, I tend to go a thicker line because it's going to read more on the stage.
That's a good point. Do you typically do your makeup more dramatic when you're doing a competition because of stage lighting?
Very much so, and it's not even just lighting, it's just about thinking about the distance that a person's eye is going to have to read it. But yes, I do tend to be more dramatic for competitions than I am for just like everyday pinup. Okay, so the trick now is going to be, we're going to start at the outer corner. If you notice, we stopped before we got to the corner. We're going to start at the outer corner and we're going to follow the line of your eye up. Now, Dorothy Ann and I were talking, we both have the same challenge with our eyes, in that our eyes are very hooded. And so that just means that my crease and her crease goes all the way to the edge of your eye. So you're not going to see as much of a crease as somebody who has less hooded eyes, because that crease kind of stops up farther for them. So the trick for this is that you're going to want to trust what your eye and what the liner looks like when your eye is open versus what it looks like when it's closed. A lot of people go for that super intense straight line when it's closed, and then they open their eyes and it looks wonky. And that would be because of that crease and where it lands, it's going to distort the line. Whereas if you kind of do an intentional curve up and over a little bit, when you open your eye, it's going to make it look like it's a straight line. And if you think about when the way that people are looking at you, 99% of the time when someone's looking at you, your eye is open versus your eye being closed. And so that's the line that you want to make sure looks right. So we're just going to start, and you're going to go from the corner of your eye and just follow it up as much as you want. Since we are practicing competition eyes right now, I am going to do a very dramatic sort of wing. Okay, and once you've drawn that line up, what you're going to do is you're going to bring it back down and connect it to your original line. So you're going to make kind of a triangle almost. And once you've done that, you just want to smooth them out to make sure that it connects well. And now we're going to do the other side. So what I was saying before we started filming is the important thing to remember about your eyeliner is that they are sisters and not twins. A lot of people get hung up on the fact that they're not exactly the same, and that's okay. Your eyes aren't shaped exactly the same. Your eyeliner is not going to be shaped exactly the same. As long as they look similar in length and similar in thickness, it doesn't have to be an exact carbon copy. So now that we have that done, we're just going to put on some mascara. Now, for competition, normally I would do lashes, and I would just say make sure that your lashes fall very well into your eyeliner line, and make sure that they are, I like to use the kind that taper out, so they're shorter on the inside than they are on the outside, because it's really going to reinforce that cat eye for you. Okay, so when you do your mascara, just make sure that you're focusing on pulling your lashes out to the sides. So that is our tutorial about how to do basic pinup eye makeup for competition. Look out for our next video that should be coming early next week. We hope this helped you a lot, and we'll see you later. Bye.